Quickly, we have new leaders at the top of the table with Bayer Leverkusen now topping the charts. But Harry Kane continues to score goals. What's going to go on this weekend? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're looking forward to Matchday number 5 over in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe and bang it. All things Rovers related, Bundesliga related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. That's right, Leverkusen technically on goal difference are top of the bloody pile. Bayern München, though, of course, a level on points with, of course, after the two sides duked it out to a draw last time around. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. But anyway, let's get into it and have a look at what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about the Bundesliga. We're talking about, of course, a recap in the results from last time around. So let's get into it. So here are those games. Right. Okay. 4-2 in the end. Bayern picking up a monster win over Leverkusen. That was my pick. The result was a 2-2 draw. That's correct. Of course, Leipzig 3-0 winners over Augsburg. I went with a 3-0 win. Got them spot on the nose. Meanwhile, Dortmund 4-2 win over Freiburg. Big win there, of course. And Wolfsburg 2-1 win over Union Berlin. Shockeroonie. I did call it, though. I did call it. Mainz lost to Stuttgart there, 3-1 win for them. Big win for Stuttgart, moving up the chains there. Köln lost to Hoffenheim, 3-1 win there, 2-1 win in my eyes. Bochum a draw with Frankie with a 3-0 win myself. Heidenheim with a 4-2 win over Bremen there. I went with the 1-0 win myself. And of course, my boys could only muster a stinking 3-3 draw against Darmstadt. That is absolutely woeful stuff from Mönchengladbach at the moment. So I don't know what's going on with them. But regardless of all that, this is what the table looks like. Of course, Bayern Leverkusen are top with 10 points. Bayern München up there with 10 points also. And then it's Leipzig and Stuttgart way up there with 9th. Hoffenheim also. Wolfsburg as well. Gladbach are in trouble down there into a 14th spot with just 2 points. Mainz, Darmstadt going down right now. Of course, that's the situation there. Of course, we do have a Super Brew, guys. We do have a Super Brew. So make sure you get in amongst it. And of course, we're going to have a look at it right here, right now. Of course, as we gear up to take a look at it. Here it is then, of course. So how did I get on? Well, I did all right. AJ24 kicking ass, taking ace, 13.5 points this past week. Vindaloo, victory, also with 12 points up there as well. Elijah, 123, 10.5. Omar Mexican Sniper, kicking ass, taking ace with 9.5 as well. And then kicking on down there, I've got 7. Picked up a reasonable 7. But again, if you see your name, smash the old thumbs up. And of course, let's go back around. Because it was the international break. Xandos, 10 points on the board there. What did I get this past week? Doesn't look good. 3 points. Grim times for me. But of course, what we really want to see is the leaderboard. And currently, right here, right now, Saki, 41.5 points alongside TAB with 41.5 points as well. Vindaloo Victory, though, 12 points to number 4. Flying high, Elijah, 16 points, 16 spots to number 6. As the top 10 takes a bit of a reshuffle. The Beast, 12 spots to number 8 as well. 11 points, Vinny Hong to 10. Me up to 12. So big movers up and down the leaderboard. So make sure you get involved. It is 100% free. And of course, we'll recap how everybody gets on this week, next week, of course. But anyway, we are gearing up for the next round of matches. And of course, looking forward to what's in store. So let's get into it. These are the games, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Stuttgart against Darmstadt as planned. And that should be the first game. And it is that one. Let's get into it. Of course, it is Stuttgart. It is Darmstadt. It is on Freitag, September the 20. Of course, coming at you 6 times they played each other since 2014. 2 wins for Stuttgart, 1 win for Darmstadt. We've got 3 draws, of course. 2-0 win was the biggest for Stuttgart, scoring just 9 goals in the 6 games, 1.50 goals a game ratio. Darmstadt on the flip side, their one and only win, 3-1 win it was, scoring 8 goals in the 6 games, 1.33 goals a game ratio. Darmstadt, though, are 17th right now, just 1 point on the board. That was against Gladbach. 8% form for them right now. Stuttgart are flying high into 4th. 5 wins on the back, 5 wins of the last 6. 83% form, 9 points have a possible 12. Coming at you, though, last time around, over at Stuttgart in the league. It was in the Zweite Bundesliga back in June 2020. 3-1 win it was for Darmstadt, of course, who are looking to continue that recent form against them. The odds here, we got 5-2 on as your Stuttgart Red Hot favorite. 7-2 is the draw, and 13-2 is the away win here. 2-0 win for me for Stuttgart. They're looking good right now, and of course, hoping to keep it going as long as they can. Next up, we have Union Berlin up against Hoffenheim. Of course, Union Berlin in action this week. I think it's up against Real Madrid. Am I right? Yes, they're off to Spain. Anyway, of course, Union Berlin, Hoffenheim, of course, coming at you on the 23rd of September. Played each other 8 times since 2019, 3 wins apiece and 2 draws. Union Berlin, their biggest win, 3-1 win, scoring just 13 goals in the 8 games, 1.63 goals a game ratio. Up against Hoffenheim, of course. Their biggest win, 4-0 win, scoring 16 goals in the 8 games, 2 goals a game average. Hoffenheim also looking good right now, 5th in the table, 9 points on the board, 83% form for them at the moment, winning 4 on the bloody bounce. Union Berlin, back-to-back defeats though, 67% form for them. They are 8th with just 6 points on the board right now. Last time around though, over at the An der Alten Forsterei, it was a 3-1 win for Union Berlin back in January 2023. Again, busy week for them, of course, with the Champions League adventure. They are even Steams for the victory here, 30-5 is your draw, and 30-5 is also your away win. And we've got to back Union Berlin, even though they're going for a bit of a rough patch, 2-0 win for them. They are still an awkward team to beat, especially at home. Next up, we have my boys. Doesn't get any easier, does it? Gladbach up against RB Leipzig, of course, come at Borussia Park. Played each other 14 times since 2016. We've got 3 wins for Gladbach, 8 wins for Leipzig. I've got 3 draws, of course. Gladbach 3-0 win, their biggest, scored 18 goals in the 14 games, 1.29 goals a game ratio. Up against Leipzig, their biggest win, 3-0 win, scoring 26 goals in the 14 games, 1.86 goals a game ratio. Leipzig on 83% form for them right now, winning 5 of the last 6. Third in the table with 9 points on the board. Gladbach, though, without a win in the last 5. 14 in the table, just 2 points on the board right now. Of course, last time around over at the Borussia Park, it was a 3-0 win for Gladbach back in September 2022. Hopefully, something like that will happen this time around. Last time the away side picked up a victory was back in August 2019 when Leipzig beat Gladbach in Gladbach. Of course, the odds here 50-4 is your host here. 50-4 is the draw at 20-11 on. Leipzig, red hot favourites. I love to back Gladbach, but I can't. 3-1 win at the moment. Leipzig taking the win. Next up, we have Augsburg up against Mainz. That's coming at you on Samstag as well. Played each other, according to my eyes, around about 20 to 29 times in 2007. We've got 13 wins for Augsburg, 12 wins for Mainz. And we've got 4 draws at the moment. Augsburg, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 41 goals in the 29 games, 1.41 goals game ratio. Up against Mainz, though, 4-1 win, their biggest, scoring 46 goals in the 29 games, 1.59 goals game ratio. Heading into this, 42% form, though, for Mainz right now, 18th for the table, just 1 point on the board. They are rooted to the foot of the table and without a win, so grim times right now for Mainz. However, Augsburg also looking pretty shitty right now, 15th for the table, 2 points on the board, 17% form for them, and they haven't won the last 7 games at Augsburg. Last time around, though, over at the WWK Arena, it was a 2-1 win for Mainz back in August 2022. The odds for this 8-5 is your host, 5-2 is your draw, 31-20 is your away win here. Smells like a draw. It's going to be a draw. 0-0 in the end in my eyes. Next we have Bayer Leverkusen up against Heidenheim, coming at you on Sonntag, September the 24. Of course, Bay Arena is the venue. Just the one time they played each other since 2019, and it was in the DFB Pokal. We'll talk about it in a minute. Heidenheim, 42% form for them right now, 11th in the table, 4 points on the board. Up against Leverkusen, who are top. Of course, 10 points have a possible 12, 92% form for them. Heading into this. Last time I played each other, it was in Heidenheim. It's the only time, and it was a 2-1 win for Heidenheim in the DFB Pokal back in February 2019. The odds for this one coming at you right here, right now. We are 92 on your Leverkusen. They look good right now. 5-1 is the draw. 11-1 is your long shots. 3-1 win, 3-0 win, for the host and leaders to continue their start to the season. Next up, we have Bayern up against Bochum, of course, coming at you over at the Allianz Arena. Now, these two sides have played each other 34 times in 1982. 25 wins for Bayern, 2 wins for Bochum, and 7 draws, of course. Biggest win for Bayern. 7-0 win, scoring 95 goals in those 34 games, 2.79 goals game ratio. Bochum, though, coming to on 4-2 win was their biggest over Bayern. 35 goals scored in 34 games, 1.3 goals a game average. They are on a bit of a draw specialist right now. 13th for the table, 3 points on the board, 4 draws in a row. Up against Bayern, of course, second in the table, 10 points on the board, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat at the past 6. Last time around, over at the Allianz Arena, was a 3-0 win for Bayern. Of course, the odds here for this, we have 11-1 on for Bayern. 70-2 is your, 20-1 is your long shots. Going big on this one as well. Going 5-0 win, that's right. Kane will be in amongst the goals, you would imagine. Again, busy week for Bayern with the Champions League football against Man United also on the agenda. Then we have Werder Bremen up against Köln, of course, coming at you on Samstag as well. Played each other 45 times in 1992. We've got 19 wins for Bremen. We've got 11 wins for Köln. We've got 15 draws, of course. Bremen, 6-0 win, their biggest. 73 goals scored in the 45 games. 1.62 goals game ratio. Up against Köln, 7-1 win, their biggest result. 55 goals scored in 45 games. 1.22 goals a game ratio. Köln, 42% form for them right now. Just 1 win in 5. 16th in the table, just 1 point on the board. Bremen, on the flip side, 33% form for them. Just 1 defeat past 3. 12th in the table, 3 points on the board right now. Last time around, though, over at Bremen. It was a 1-1 draw back in May 2023. The odds for this one, we do have Werder Bremen 8-5 for the victory, 13-5 is draw, and 31-20 is your away win here. We're going with the host here, Werder Bremen, 2-1 win for them over Köln, taking the 3-pointers. Next up, we have Borussia Dortmund up against Wolfsburg. Bit of a zinger, this one, on Saturday, the 23rd of September. Played each other 54 times since 1997. Got 33 wins for Dortmund, 11 wins for Wolfsburg, and 10 draws, of course. Dortmund 6-0 win, their biggest, 117 goals scored in the 54 games, 2.17 goals game ratio. Up against Wolfsburg, their biggest win, 4-0 win, scoring 59 goals in the 54, 1.09 goals game ratio. 4 wins the last 5 for Wolfsburg, 6 in the table, 9 points on the board. Up against Dortmund, 83% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 5. In fact, unbeaten in the last 6, 7th in the table, 8 points on the board as well. Last round, though, over at the Signal Iduna Park, it was a 6-0 demolition job by Dortmund back in May 2023. The odds, 50-4 is, actually is 7-4 on is your Dortmund. Of course, 60-5 is your draw. 17-4 is your away win. We're back in Dortmund here. 3-1 win for them. And again, moving the bloody change. I think I got one more for you. That's right. Frankie up against Freiburg in the Battle of the Fs. That's right. Coming at you on Sonntag, the 24th of September. Deutsche Bank Park. 42 times they played each other, these two sides, since 1993. 18 wins for Frankfurt. We've got 14 wins for Freiburg, and we've got 10 draws, of course. Frankie, 3-0 win, their biggest, scoring 59 goals in those 42 games, 1.40 goals game ratio. Up against Freiburg, 4-1 win for them. That's their biggest, 48 goals scored in the 42. 1.14 goals a game ratio. They, of course, come at you in 10th right now, Freiburg. 67% form for them, just 6 points on the board. Meanwhile, Frankfurt are unbeaten in the last 6, drawing a lot of games, though, drawing 4 of the last 6. 67% form for them as well. 9th at the table with 6 points on the board as well. Last round, they're over at the Deutsche Bank Park. It was a 2-1 win for Frankfurt back in May 2023. The odds for this, though, we have 21-20 as your host, 13-5 is the draw, and 5-2 is your away win. Tough one here. Going over the 2-2 draw, point split right down the middle, and I think that just about does it. That is the link to the Super Brew. But of course, these are the results right here, right now. That's of course my pickaroonies, and if I bloody well am right, which I bloody well hope so, this is what the table will look like. Bayern will be tipped at the top of the table once again, 13 points overtaking Leverkusen, level on points, with of course the goal difference going back in favour of the champions Leipzig, and then Stuttgart going down. Darmstadt, Köln, Mainz, Gladbach are in trouble. Sort that out and fast. That's of course my picks. Make sure you get your own picks, of course, in the old Super Brew, and we'll be back again next week for some more action over in Germany. But until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell, guys and girls. I'll see you soon. Auf Wiedersehen, meine Piccaroni Champianos.